it's like a us against the world mentality, and you know, we either let that make us or break us. You gotta start working from full frame, man. Alright. So, we got our asses kicked in London. I made a video, I watched the whole game. I don't think I flinched one bit. I don't even think I got out of bed for that game. I didn't flinch. I didn't cheer. I didn't I didn't do a whole lot of cheering. I didn't do a whole lot of moping. I didn't do a whole lot of nothing for that game. I took it for what it was. You know, everyone knows what happened. You know, car didn't get protected, the line, this, that. I'm not going to go over that, man. That's old news. Why am I going to repeat what everyone else is saying? You already know what happened. You know, that's that. Everyone's saying that we're tanking, we're getting ready for Vegas, we're getting ready for whatever move. But you guys forget that we're not even going to be in Vegas next year yet. We're going to be, who knows where, San Diego, LA. We're not going to be in our permanent home. So how can we be tanking for 2 years out when we have the picks next year? You know what I mean? Do I think we're tanking? No, I don't think so. I think that these are grown men with a whole lot of pride. And not only is it the Raiders product on there, but that's their last name on their jersey that's out there too. So you can't just believe and take in what everyone says about anything anymore. You go on NFL.com, you know, 1 week they love you, the second week we suck, you know, which is true. They got it right. We can't give them any reason to do that, but especially with a franchise like ours that everyone hates to begin with. You can't give them any more reason to talk shit, and that's exactly what they're doing. Gruden's giving everyone a reason to talk shit. I mean, he's said one thing, and then he does what he wants. So I think there needs to be some sort of honesty with the fans, and not just telling us what we want to hear. You know what I mean? I got a few buddies of mine that pretty much said the same thing. You know, Gruden saying anything that we want to hear, just to, you know, shut us up, take us home, woo woo. And you know, that's what pisses us. I think that's what pisses us. That's what pissed me off in the beginning, because he said one thing, and with the Mac trade, which is, I mean, that's another thing I'm tired of hearing about, is the Mac trade. It's done. It's over with. He's gone. He's over there now. He's already paid. He already bought a house. He already got furniture. That shit's done. You can't keep blaming that. You know what I mean? It's not him no more. You know, we got 11, 12 other guys that have not stepped up. That just goes to show how much depth we had behind him. We have no depth. We look like a bunch of like dart stringers, and I feel like I'm watching. And I said this to Grimy Raider Day. Me and him were talking. I told him it felt like I was watching a preseason game for reals. That's what it feels like. Penalties. No one's blocking for the quarterback. All these dink and dunk. You know what I mean? Which is understandable because he has no time. But at the same time, where's the game planning? I mean, where's the calls? We have 11 or 12 offensive plays that we run, and we don't change. So, going into the bye, what I hope is that there's an understanding going on between, I don't know, whoever needs the understanding. They can come together, get an understanding, and move forward. Not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Trust me, look at us a few years ago. We had a hot start. Won all those games, we didn't finish shit. You know what I mean? That goes for any team. You can start. That goes for anything. You can start. That goes for any team. You can start well, win all these games, but if you don't win one of these, you just wasted a season. Yeah, all that other accolade stuff is cool. You know, all those division titles are cool. You know, all that stuff is real cool. Don't get me wrong. I wish the Raiders could win those. You know what I mean? Those are cool. But that's not why you play. You play to win. And if you don't have those, You just played an extended season. You know what I mean? And the second thing I want us to do going into the bye is open up the play calling. Goodness gracious. We have the worst play calling right now. I don't know. You can't blame Olsen because Gruden's calling the plays. So I don't know, at what point does he just not believe in the team? Is he think that we're not physically capable, mentally capable? What is it? You know, what is it, the players? Is it you're getting just out schemed, which could be it too? You know what I mean? You're not going to see the same thing that everyone showed you. You know, at one point when he said he's been around every facility and seen how teams practice. Well, yeah, buddy, they're going to take that into some consideration, and they're going to, you know what I mean? They're going to remember that. It's not just, you know, them picking you apart, or it's not just you picking them apart, rather. It's them picking you apart and you not learning anything. Yeah, you might have seen some stuff, but it's looking like you didn't learn anything. So we need to open up the play calling, man. I'm hoping Beast Mode will be back. I think the run game has been okay. Not as good as it was. But then again, when you're down 14 points early, you know, you got to change things up. And if you're not good at throwing the ball, you know what I mean? We're not built to throw the ball right now. We don't have the stuff to throw the ball with. You know what I mean? That's so you're so one-dimensional. Everyone knows, you know, you might. I don't know. That's the thing too. Everyone knows you have to throw. You, as a fan, know that we have to throw. So what makes you think that the defense doesn't know that they're gonna throw? You know what I mean? They're putting us in those positions. You know what I mean? When we don't have a pass rush, and when we don't have defense, and when we don't have a good enough offense to move the ball and get first downs, we're gonna be, you know, it's just not a good recipe. You don't win football games like that. Third thing, I want to know what's going on with the defense. Well, I mean, we're subbing out everyone's subbing in. Like, we're running a cornerback duo. We're running two cornerbacks for you know, the same ones for 5 games, and then we're switching to the other two. What the hell is that? We got good players. If Conley is a rookie, in the words of, you know, Gruden and all, let him play. Just leave him in. Unless you don't want him, that's another story. But let him play. If he's gonna have growing pains, you might as well let him play. Because it does no good to have him watch on the bench, and he don't learn. Who's gonna learn from watching on the bench? He was on the bench last year and watched. That boy needs to play. He's good. He was doing good. He's got speed. He's lanky. Kind of reminds me of Namdi back there. Rashawn Melvin, I'd be frustrated too. Not gonna lie. He wasn't the best. Decent. He was decent. So, you know what I mean? Worley, I think Worley's okay. Big physical guy. He's getting tackles. A couple of them, I'd like to see him maybe wrap up a little more. He looks like he's a big hitter, but instinctive. He's good. Rogers Camardi, wrap up. We know you fly. We know what you bring to the table, but I mean, Jesus. Leon Hall. What's up, Vista, baby? You know, these are all patched together. It's a patched together secondary. We have pieces. We don't have a defense. We have pieces. We don't have a team right now. We just have pieces. You know, and even when we were winning, we didn't have a team. We had pieces that pulled games out of their ass. There's no other way to describe it. You know, that's the difference between now and a few years ago. We were just pulling games out of our ass. Now we're not. Offensive line, we know they're hurt. Coletti hasn't been, you know, he's not 100 right now. Penn, even at 100, was looking slow. I was not feeling Penn this year. Penn, wasn't cutting the mustard this year. So this new rookie, Sharp, I don't even know his name, to be honest with you. They're just getting beat. And in the AFC West, where we have all these good pass rushers, and you got to be stout. You got to have good ends. You got to have good tackles, and you got to have good ends. But you got to have good tackles to stop those ends. And last week against the Seahawks, we got worked by. I honestly couldn't tell you anyone's name on Seattle's defense except for maybe like Bobby Wagner, maybe Nico Thorpe because he was a Raider, But their defensive linemen were making plays, man. I was reading too on Instagram on I think it's like Football PPI or something like that. That Hudson's only let up two quarterback rushes or Hudson has let only 2 quarterback hurries. That's what it said. So I think the inside of our line is stout. Gabe Jackson, Hud, Kelechi. It's the 2 tackles. 2 guards in the center are good. We just need 2 solid tackles. All right, last one, number 5, last one. As a team, a whole, one group, they have to, I don't want to say get on the same page. It's like a us against the world mentality, and we either let that make us or break us, and right now it is breaking us. So we need to take that and use that. I'm not expecting 10 wins, 11 wins. I don't even think we can win that many games now. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting them to show some fight, show some nuts, and show some wit and some grit, and come out and play. Come out with some will to win. There's no will, no desire. You know what I mean? Come out with some. So I'm not completely saying that I'm not saying it's going to be a turnaround and we're going to do some noise after the bye, but I do expect us to play a whole lot better after this bye week. I think the bye week and that ass whooping came at the exact time that we needed it to. I am glad that they have to sit through this bye week with that ass whooping. Maybe that's what they needed. Maybe that's what they needed. An ass whooping and a week off to sit in your house and see what's up. Maybe start putting some things into perspective here. I look forward to seeing some of you guys there at the Colts game. You see me, say what's up. I'm going to try to get some pictures with some cool people, make some cool videos, maybe get 2 out of the whole trip, you never know. And show some love. Raider on Raider violence. Show love. Raider on Raider hate. That's not cool, man. We know you're mad. We're mad too, but don't be mad at your brother. Come on now. United.